What's up, party people? So today has been an interest. Actually today, the whole day, most of the day, has been very interesting, to say the least. Alright, so my car's in the shop. It's been in the shop for like a week. And today was the day I was supposed to get it back, which was perfect because I had to be at work in the city at 9 o'clock tonight, midtown, downtownish. So the guys in the shop said the car be finished today. There was an issue with the part that they got, and they needed to get the right part to finish the job. Cool. So then it started getting late in the afternoon, maybe around 4:30, 4 o'clock. And I called them up to find out what's going on. They said they needed like another hour to get it done. Now the spot closes at 5. But they said they're gonna be there probably about until 6 o'clock. He said, I'll give you a call when the car is done, but I need another hour. All right, cool. So in my head, I'm like, all right, let me ride my bike over to get the car, because I don't want them to be like, the car is done, you only have 30 minutes to get here. Because it'll take me a little bit to get there, right? So I start going to ride to the spot. It's mad windy out. My legs are burnt out because the day before I rode home from the city. 26 miles, right? Took the short way. And then, oh boy, hold on. I gotta take it easy with my legs today because my legs are burnt out. So then I called them up on the way because it was 5 o'clock. I didn't want them to leave or anything like that. I wanted to make sure that everything was all good. And then he picked up the phone and says, oh, no. There's more issues that we gotta take care of. Something else is leaking. XYZ, right? So I'm like maybe halfway to the spot. And he was like, the car's not gonna be done today. Can you come on Monday? So I'm like, all right, Monday it is, right? So that changes the whole entire dynamic of what I had planned for my to get to work. So I ride home, and I only have maybe 30 minutes. I had an hour to hop on a train to get me to the city, to give me an hour to get to work. Luckily, the job I was doing, they have a shop on 36th Street. I was going to, the job site was on 24th Street. 24th Street. So I was like, all right, what I'll do is I'll take the train, ride to the shop, park the bike at the shop, possibly ride home if it's too late, because Long Island Railroad at night, the trains have very long gaps in between. So I was like, worst case scenario, I'll just ride my bike home, even though I know my legs are burnt out from 2 days of riding, from the city. So hop on the train. Well, I wanted to confirm that if I could keep, park my bike at the shop. And they were like, all right, cool. Gave me a code so I can get in. Later on, all good, right? I get to the city, ride to the shop. Oh, shucks. All right, here we go. I get to the city, right? I ride to the shop. And everything's all good. I park the bike, go to work, boom, boom, boom. We worked the whole time. It was like a 5-hour call. And it seemed like it was gonna be a short job, but it wasn't a short job. We worked the whole time. Got out at 2. And so I checked the train schedule. Because at this point I'm feeling real tired. And I was like, you know what, maybe I will take a train home if there is a train coming. So there was a 2:48 train going back to Long Island. And I was like, all right, well, maybe I can catch this one. I can go get the bike out of the shop and then just ride back to the train station. I should have enough time. I had to walk a bunch of blocks to get to the shop from the job location. That was like a 20-minute walk. So I get to the shop. I put the code in that I'm supposed to put in to try and unlock, to get inside. But the code wasn't working. It's 2:30 in the morning. The code ain't working. So now I'm trying to call people to find out, okay, what code works? Because the code I got ain't working. This goes on for like about a half an hour. And I'm like, man, I might have to just walk to the train and walk home because I ain't gonna get my bike. But luckily, one of the guys from work, shout out to my dude Daniel, he figured it out, got me a code so I can get the bike. So I got the code, got the bike, but now it's 3 o'clock in the morning. The next train going to Long Island to where I want to go comes at 4:33, an hour and a half I would have to wait. So I got the bike and I said, you know what, even though I don't feel like doing it, I'm gonna ride back to Long Island 3 o'clock in the morning. Now normally if I do a late night shift or whatever, I'll ride to Queens, I'll park my car in Queens or something, somewhere close by, and then just ride. But I rarely ever just ride home 3 o'clock in the morning for 2 hours to get back to the crib. And that's what I'm gonna do. Midnight Marauders. See how I do. I feel a little better than I did earlier. I was feeling like tired and a little out of it, but I had a bunch of bananas, some water, so I'm feeling a little better. Unfortunately, well, the good thing is it's not as windy as it was earlier, but the unfortunate thing is the wind is blowing against me, and I really wish tonight it was blowing with me. Make life a lot easier for a brother. Definitely want to take a little break from riding, let myself rest up. But it looks like that's not happening tonight. So I got the Ozark Trail once again because I brought the Ozark Trail because I wanted something I could change the gears on in case I feel lazy. My 26-inch actually needs a new bottom bracket. The old bottom bracket that it has on right now is starting to seize up a little bit, so I got to replace that. The 20-inch, I didn't have time to service it, but the cog came loose again because I just did like a quick fix on that ride when I was coming from Canarsie, so I didn't completely tighten it up the way I was supposed to. So it came loose again. I was riding, I actually rode it today to try and go to the car, and luckily I caught it before I got too far, and luckily it hasn't popped off when I did that ride. And what else? The 27.5, just didn't want to ride that, I think, because the gear is pretty easy. And in some spots on the ride I want to just put on the high gear and just kind of cruise, just in case my legs feel real weak. I can downshift, put on the easy gear and get through it like that. So I'm trying to take the quickest way back to the crib. This was an unexpected ride tonight, y'all. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. But there is a nice wind blowing against me right now. But it's not really bad though. So I'm pretty sure parts of the trip I'm not gonna say a daggone thing because I'm a little tired. I'm gonna need to focus. But let's see where the night takes us on this journey. Trying to take the most direct route. I'm kind of dreading the hills I gotta climb. Not really in the mood to climb any hills tonight. But first one is the bridge. Just gotta remember not to OD on the hard gears, because they will wear me out quick. Whew. You know what I don't have? I don't have my light on me. I'm riding in darkness. I need to at least have a light on my head going back that way so people can see me, especially when I start hitting the suburbs. So I gotta put my little headlight on. So I could be seen. Okay. Queensbridge. The bridge. The bridge. Queensbridge. Alright, we're almost to the bridge. I'm gonna take my time tonight. I need to stand up a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright. The first big hill. Woo. Oh man. This is painful. Looks like they added more light up here. I don't remember it being this lit on the bridge. I'm going super easy with the gear right now. I need to preserve my legs for tonight. I should be sleeping right now. So I'm gonna take my time, put her in the easy gear, so that way I can climb this hill, not stress it, preserve my legs. Woo. Definitely going slow motion with it tonight. I was having a hard time walking earlier. That's how tired I was. But riding will wake you up a little bit. It'll definitely wake you up. Alright, so I made it to the top. Now I'm starting to head down a little bit. I don't know why people ride the white line when they got all that lane over there. They want to stay right in the middle. I don't know. And then when you get close to them, they still want to hold the line. Never understood that. Woo. Alright. Pick up the pace a little bit. Cause going downhill. Got it in cruise control. Whew. Man, oh man. One thing that's nice about the city is riding at night. It's a whole different vibe riding at night. It's a lot of fun. Definitely encourage you, if you live in a big city, to ride around at night. It's pretty cool. Alright. So, just cruising down the hill. Not putting a lot of pressure on the gear, but I have it in gear 8. And I can just pedal lazily and still be going fast. That's pretty cool. If I had my single speed, I'd be sprinting right now down the hill. But I definitely don't have the energy for that. Not tonight. So I'm glad I got this bike with me. There'd be a lot more work on the single speed and the BMX bikes. But I am gonna make this a single speed though. When I do my upgrade. Alright, part A is done. Part A being Manhattan. Part B, Northern Boulevard. Right here, if you are new to the videos, this is Queens Boulevard basically. This bike path follows Queens Boulevard, but if you go to the left, you can follow Northern Boulevard. Now, Queens Boulevard takes you south all the way to Jamaica, Queens. Now, if I wasn't really feeling up to it, I could ride down to Jamaica and most likely still have time to catch that 4:30 train. Going this way, I don't really have that option. I got subway options. I got the N train, which is not going to take me anywhere near where I want to go. That's above us right there. Back on Queens Boulevard, you have the 7 train, which is actually not a bad choice. If there was one like right there and I can catch it and I don't have to wait, that'll take me all the way to Casino, which will chomp away at a lot of my trip by Flushing Meadow Park. Or I can catch the F train when I go this way, I believe, and that'll take me to 179th Street. You know what? I'm trying to go down the gear and it's not letting me. There we go. Okay. 179th Street in Hillside, which really takes a nice chunk out of my trip. Once I get off at 179th Street, I'm not too far from Hempstead Turnpike, which takes me into Long Island. That actually could have been a good option. Was take the subway, the F train, all the way to the last stop. And that way I could have bypassed all of this, took a nap, because it'll probably take an hour tonight, being that the train's gonna run local. A lot of times it runs local and super slow. Usually takes an hour, especially on the weekend nights or Friday night. So it's running on some weekend nonsense, it'll be running mad slow. At the pace I'm going right now, I would probably beat the train to Hillside. But I could have took a nap, got off at 179th, and just have to ride through Long Island so I got to my destination. If I would have thought about this longer, that might have been what I would have done tonight. But I really don't like waiting for trains and stuff like that, especially when I have the bike. Because I won't be getting home until like, if I caught the 4:33, I wouldn't get home until like 5:30. If I took Jamaica Avenue, if I took the F train, and if it came like right when I left, that would have been 4 o'clock, close to 4, by the time I got to 179th Street. Close to 4 o'clock. That's only if it came. But I do have options. I got the F train and the E train. The E train stops at Jamaica Center, which is Parsons, and that's a few blocks further in. So not as far into Queens as the F train. Parsons is by the 160s. So probably about 10, 12 blocks away from 179th Street. Something like that. Not that far off. Whew. Alright, so I still didn't put the light on my head. That's a little janky. I need to do that, but I'm got a nice pace going. I'll do it when I get to 34th Ave. Maybe that's when I'll do it. That'll be part C. This is part B, Northern Boulevard. It's actually a beautiful night for a ride though, man. The breeze is perfect. It's like humid out when we were walking around, but on a bicycle, this feels good. Feels real good. Got them tropical vibes. Tonight, I do have a decent wind blowing against me though. Whew. Have a nice steady pace going. Well, if you're riding with me, let me know if you've ever ridden in New York City or just a city in general at night and what you think about it. I love riding at night. This particular night I wasn't looking forward to it, but now that I'm on the road and I'm still feeling all right, I'm actually enjoying it. Still hanging in there. So I'm gonna make this right onto Broadway. It's not a long segment, so I will keep this as part of part B. Don't want to go crazy with the parts. Ooh, they paved this. They get marking it out for the bikes. Nice. It's the most cars I've seen come out of this block. 3 cars came out of that block just now. And now we are about to hit 34th Ave. And this is part C. Part C of our trip. We are making moves, party people. Oh man. Ooh, that was a bump. That was a hole in the ground. I got a really good pace going, man. Whew. Oh yeah. So they finally finished making the bike lane on this side. It avoids the school. Finally painted it in. If you've been following the series of videos I've been doing, I talked about it when it was first getting done. So that's all done. 34th Ave at night. It's pretty nice. It's wide open. Wide open. All right. Ooh. Okay, we gotta climb here. Maybe I'll stand up and do it. I won't change the gears. At least I don't think I will. We'll see what my legs are saying. Definitely don't want to overdo it. because I have not given my legs a break in the last 3 or 4 days. So we'll just break the gear down. Oh, thanks, man. Alright, I'm gonna go even easier. Give my legs a rest. Got a long ways to go. A long way to go. Ain't nobody out. Oh no, there's some kids out right here chilling. Okay. Let's see. I can get through this block fast because there's no cars crossing. Just blast right through everything. No cars. Whew. Any cars there? Nope. Nope. Alright. Got a good pace. I'm climbing. Sitting down. A little stand-up action. Use the different muscles in my legs. So that way I won't cramp up. Still climbing. Oh wow, that's right, the mount. Insta360 handlebar mount. If they can make a 2.0 version that's a little bit more durable, well, a lot more durable, where it's really in place, doesn't move, that would be great. They're overdue for something like that. Because even if you're riding a road bike, if you hit some bumps, it's gonna flex and move around. And like just now, my joint moved on me. Actually got a little loose here. It's a little bit loose. It may eventually come loose from all the hopping. It's probably making the screw turn. Maybe. I'm pretty sure I tightened it. Alright. Junction. Oh. They're doing construction over here. Oh gosh. You hear that? Yeah. Oh, but you know it's gonna be really cool, because this was the really bumpy part of the trip. They're about to pave this, so in a couple of days, this is gonna be amazing, because this definitely was the more bumpy part of the trip. So Hopefully next time I come down here, it's gonna be super smooth sailing. Super duper smooth sailing down this bad boy. Looking forward to that. For real, for real. Definitely looking forward to that. But right now, it is bumpier than before. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh. Glad I got the gravel bike. This is the reason why. See, having a road bike, sometimes it's just not even practical to have a road bike in certain places. You want a bike that can deal with all the things that the city throws at it. Like when they do construction and rip up the road. Now, of course, after it's paved, you can bring out the old road bike again and whip through the street. But right now, if you got caught out there like I did with this block, I would have to veer off and go to Northern Boulevard or another adjacent block in order to get it popping. But we are going to stay the course. Stay in the course, party people. Oh yeah. It's actually not as bad as the other one I was on. Hillside Avenue, that one was crazy. They really tore that block up. I mean, I was doing the whole way. I was like, nah, I'm not dealing with that. Nah, nah, nah. This one isn't as bad. Not as bad. Oh, wait a minute. I may have spoke too soon. Some of these little, some of these little things. Ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, okay. Almost over. It's almost over. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Here we go. Smooth sailing once again. Alright. Yeah, I'm really gonna like when that's hooked up. Because this part's nice. It's really gonna be nice when that other one gets hooked up. Alright, hopefully there's no car flying down the block. Nice. Let's see. How about this block? I could take it wide like this just in case they are coming. Got a little time to stop and make a decision on what I'm gonna do. It might also give me a little bit of extra time for them to see me or for me to get across if it comes to that. Especially now since there's no cars behind me, I can do that. Alright. My bike is changing gears by itself. Woo! And that was part C. This is a short block, so I'll continue the part B-ness with this. This is still part B. 114th Street. So 34th Ave to 114th Street. To Roosevelt is part B. If I was making segments in Strava, I would do these segments like this. Whew. Felt that burn just now. Alright. So now we're on Roosevelt. Super dark over here. Super duper dark. Wish I had my headlight on me. That's how dark it is. And we're about to head into Flushing Meadow Park, which is also super dark in certain spots. I wonder how this camera's looking right now. You guys can see it, but I can't until I get home. Really testing that low light capabilities of this camera right now. Putting them to the full test. Because we are hitting some dark spots. Well, now that it's so late, I wonder if I can take my normal route through Flushing Meadow Park. No, you know what? It's probably all blocked off from the US Open. Like the exact way I want to go is probably blocked off. It's too late for all of that. Plus, they got all kind of barricades up over there. Yeah, so US Open still going on, party people. So we're gonna have to cut through the other way. Woo. All right. Woo! Making some good moves. Gonna cut across Flushing Meadow Park right here. Not even jumping. No bunny hops tonight. Taking advantage of sidewalks. The whole 9 yards. All right. Okay, so now this was the, first of all, this looks awesome at night right here. Pretty dope, huh? Now you finally get to see it at night. Pretty cool. Now, I'm indecisive on which way to take. I want to take the fastest way, most direct way back to where I want to go. I'm not trying to waste time taking any kind of longer route. So I think I may have to take Horace Harding. That'll probably be the most direct route for me to take, is Horace Harding. But Horace Harding, taking that way, it's a little bit more sketchy. A little bit more sketchy than taking the Greenway back by Cunningham Park. Because Horace Harding is the service road next to the Long Island Expressway. Not to mention, going that way is a really big hill I have to climb, way bigger than the hill that I normally climb over here. But we're going to take that way tonight because technically it's a little bit quicker. And I could pretty much figure that out if my Strava is working correctly I'll be able to see if it's quicker, because my last trip home I took a quicker route, and but I went the Greenway route to Francis Lewis Boulevard, Cunningham Park. But this time we're going to take Horace Harding so I can compare the times, see what's goody. But one thing I can't do is not play any games and put a light around my head so the people could see me at the night time. Alright. Ooh. Alright. Okay. College Point. What I like about this ride right now is it's non-stop for the most part. Pretty non-stop. 60th Ave, this is the other big hill. Oh my goodness. Still not in the mood for this. Oh, the really bad one though. Francis Lewis Boulevard. That hill. Heading the hillside from 73rd is that's no joke. But this one's a big one too. Whew. Whew. Man, I gotta give my legs a break this week. We're gonna go shift it down. We're even gonna do the zigzag way. It leaves your legs too, because now you're just not going directly up. You just zigzag like this, and it helps you get up the hill without totally wiping out your legs. That made life a lot easier for me just now. Alright, so now we are heading downhill a little bit. Okay. Woo. Here we go. Well, it's dark over here. One thing's for sure, I'm gonna sleep good tomorrow. I'm gonna be knocked out. I really don't want to stop, but I really need to put a light on. So let's do that. Okay, red light right here. But there's no cars coming. All right. All right, crossing over the Long Island Expressway. Alright, so now is the time for me to throw a light on. I have to stop. Mandatory stoppage. We are on Horace Harding. Wait a minute. Part B. Flushing Meadow. Is that part D? I think that's part D. I think I'm losing track of my parts. Flushing Meadow Park to Horace Harding is part D. I'd say so. Oh. So now I'm good. I could put the white light on the back and I can make it flash so that way, you know, when I turn my head, they might not see the red. So I will if I put the this light on, put it on my seat post, then I could put it on flash and they'll really see. They'll be like, is there something over there on the side of the road? What is that? That's if they're paying attention. Come on, get off. Why is it not coming off? There we go. So I will put this on flash mode. And I'm gonna try and strap it on. There we go. Alright. So now anybody behind me can definitely see me. And that's a good thing. Wind is starting to pick up going this way, but luckily this isn't going to last too long. I'm going to veer off to the right and go that way. Start heading south. Well, southeast. This is east-east. Southeast should be, I get a relief going southeast. I get a relief going southeast. I get a relief going southeast. Alright, that's an easy one to figure out. What song did I just parody with my relief going southeast? Let me know in the comments if you're still with me. Alright. Now right now, I think I'm climbing a little bit. I'm on a relatively easy gear. But I am feeling the burn. I like to stand up. When I start feeling that burn, switch things up a little bit. Stretch the old legs out. Whew. No cause. Whew. I'm really feeling the burn now. Because I'm climbing. Whew. Whew. Yeah. Straight up shifting gears, party people. But I'm gonna have to really get back on my BMX bikes and stand up get my stand-up on. I want to stand up all the way to the city. You know, when I pedal, not when I'm just chilling, I'll sit down, but when I'm pedaling, I'm gonna want my pedals to be standing up. I want to get back in that zone. I used to be able to do it, but all the sitting down and high C-post stuff is making me lazy. It's a little bit, it's like when you do it, it's a little easier, kinda. Especially if you don't have a bag on your back. See, for me, if I'm gonna stand up, I want to be able to be as free as possible. So I really don't want a bag on my back. The only bag I put on my back for a ride like that is my camera bag. Really small. It's a shoulder strap. You barely know it's there until it starts sliding in front. But that's way better than having a book bag, especially if the book bag is full. Or I can get a book bag, you know, it's got the strap on the stomach, so when I jump around, it's not all over the place. But just riding free without a book bag, backpack is the way to go. So now, the more direct route to go is for me to shoot down this block and go to the right. But I think I've done this before and wound up playing myself. We're gonna find out again tonight. Pretty sure there was a whackness about taking this way. But this is taking me south, east, and Horace Harding cuts that way more. But I'm trying to take the most direct route. The most direct route. Back to my destination. I'm pretty sure there's like something up here that messes things up for me. Let's see. Wow. That was a straight up hole in the ground. Gee whiz. And here goes the climb right here. Another climb. Whew, goodness gracious. This ain't even the bad one yet. That one's coming up. That's gonna be torture. Definitely not looking forward to that one. All right. So, I think what I'm gonna do here, instead of go straight, because if I go straight, I'm pretty sure there's some buildings there, and I gotta go around, do some kind of navigating around the block or something. To get where I gotta go, when I can just take this block, which kind of takes me back. No, it takes me straight down. Let's take this. We'll take this to 73rd. As long as it's going down. Now this is a route that I haven't taken before on my bike. Let's see what this does for me. Well, the wind is definitely blowing against me going south. Yep. That should make things a little tougher. Now that light up there, that should be 73rd Ave. And if that is, that's a good look. Because it's not bad. Please let that be 73rd right there. I think it is. Yep. Alright, so I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Whew. You know what? Let's see. Horace Harding. I think that was D, right? A was the bridge. B was Northern Boulevard. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, B was Northern Boulevard. C was 34th Ave, all the way to Roosevelt. That was C. D, Flushing Meadow. Oh, so E, 60th Street to Horace Harding, all the way down to that little fork in the road. That's E. This is F. This is gonna be F. And that's that block I just went off to 73rd Ave. That'll be F. G is gonna be Francis Lewis Boulevard. That's gonna be G. Coming right up. Got some bike lane action, which is always good. And we are in Fresh Meadows, Queens, making moves. We are well past Jamaica Avenue. We are north of Hollis. We already passed St. John's, and we are by Cunningham Park right now. Cunningham Park is right ahead of us. Now Francis Lewis Boulevard, I believe, does not have a sidewalk and no shoulder, so I'll take this right here. Ooh, a raccoon. Big boy. So this doesn't have a bike lane either, but it's wide open. Definitely won't be that many cars. Plus it has bumps, so people don't go speeding down the block. But yeah, this direction I'm going in is pretty much going to be the majority of the rest of my trip. And the wind is blowing its hardest against me in this segment right here. Right here. Segment G. So this is like a side street, but we're following along Francis Lewis. We're about to hit Union Turnpike. Union Turnpike. No cars. Yeah. No cars. All right. So you're gonna have this big hill. It's not big, it's just long, steep enough to make it nice and miserable for me at 4 o'clock in the morning after working the full shift. And being up all day. Whew. Just gonna take my time with it. At least I'm gonna try to. Whew. Very dark over here. Glad I have my lights on in the back. Curious to see how this footage is gonna look. 'Cause there's no light. Ooh, I'm feeling it. Let me go even easier. Ooh. This hill got me. Go even easier. Okay. Okay. That's better. Whew. That's better. Gotta preserve them legs, homie. I hear a car coming. I think I hear a car coming. Nope. Got it on the super easy climbing gear so I can get up this hill without using so much effort and taking out my legs, you know. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's pick up. There we go. That's better. Still more hill to go. Still climbing. Let me go a little heavier. Now, the only thing about standing up and going up a hill is if you put it on a harder gear, oddly enough, oh boy, is he gonna go? Hope not. Oddly enough, you can climb and just kind of use your weight. Like, you know, don't pedal so hard. Just kind of use your weight and press down on the pedals. As opposed to going super light and spinning out the gear. You get further that way too. If you go super easy on the gear, you'll be pedaling and feel like you ain't going nowhere. Go on a higher gear, you can do maybe a couple of strokes and you're out. Woo! I did a little mix of all of that just now. I got a long way to go, so I'm trying to preserve my legs. Gotta make it all the way home. Now this is the cool part here, because this is all downhill and it's fast. I'm just coasting. I'm not even pedaling. Like I'm just moving my pedals, but it don't matter because the hill's taking me. Yellow, red, green. Where we going? Where we going? Where we going? What we doing? Oh, hot dang it. Put your blinkers on, buddy. Oh, goodness gracious. Messed up my run there now. That's always a gamble. You gotta be ready for it. He did not have his blinkers on, and the way he was going looked like he was gonna go straight. But that was not what happened. Oh boy. Oh boy. Whew. That is a fun hill though. Every once in a while I catch it where like the light is green and you just fly through it. A lot of fun. Woo. I would say that that's probably the most fun part of the trip, is going down that hill. I would definitely say that is the case. All right, so it's gonna get a little sketchy over here. 1,000 trucks, lots of cars. Hopefully nobody's coming this way. We're good. Yay. We are good. All right, that was segment G, if I'm not mistaken. I am going to forget sooner or later what letter I'm up to. I'm pretty sure that was the end of G. Alright. Now here's a short segment. 99th Ave. And this is segment H, or part H. This takes me to Hempstead. I think it's called Hempstead Boulevard in Queens. Then it turns into Hempstead Turnpike when you get to Long Island. We're gonna reconfirm that tonight, party people. If y'all still with me, let me know. Let me know. Hashtag 99th Ave. Let me know who's still with me on this midnight maraud from Manhattan to Long Island. It's actually an early morning maraud, truthfully. I'm still doing all right. Legs are my legs, but they're not dying, which is good. Legs are still hanging in there. Still part of segment H. Now, I don't mind riding in the city at night, even riding to Queens, Jamaica, Fresh Meadows. I'm not really a fan of riding in Long Island at night. Not a big fan of that. But we're gonna go do it tonight. So, basically, well past Jamaica Avenue, right? So if I was to take the Long Island Railroad, I done passed that point. The train that I was gonna catch was the 4:33, I think it was, because I missed the 2:38. Or was it 248? I think it might have been 248. I'm going to do a time check when we get to Long Island. When we enter Nassau County, I'll do a time check. See what time it is. And all that good stuff. But I haven't really stopped except for putting on my my lights. I've just been kind of cruising the whole way. Barely any car traffic. So pretty peaceful. Pretty peaceful ride. Just cutting through intersections because there's nobody around really. There's a couple of cars on that one, but they were so far away, didn't really matter. Sitting down way too much. Way too much. But this bike kind of invites you to sit down more so than the BMX bike. If I was on my BMX bike, I'd be wanting to stand more. I gotta remember not to get too lazy with the sitting down. Alright, party people, my battery died. My battery said night night, but I have my backup battery. That battery took me pretty far. Took me pretty far just before getting to Long Island. Alright. Oh gosh. Come on. The bumps. That one was crazy. And it moved my camera again. Yep, so all the bouncing makes this thing loosen up. Because it is loose again. All the bouncing around makes it loosen up. The Insta360 handlebar mount needs to be upgraded. It's a good concept, pretty bad execution. That's what I gotta say about that. Alright, so we are entering Nassau County. We just crossed over the Cross Island Expressway. We are officially in Long Island. It's official, party people. We are in Long Island. Oh. Now, it is now 4:18. Why is my phone have so many apps open? Okay. 4:18. Oh, come on. What is this? What is this? Oh my goodness. My phone's tripping. Great. I might not get my mileage tonight because my phone is tripping. So I may not get the correct mileage. May not record my mileage. Nope. Did not record my mileage. Great. For some reason it went on pause. That's frustrating. But I do know it's about 25 miles that I'm gonna be doing tonight. I really wish that was working so I can see the difference, but I guess I have to do this ride again. My phone was bugging out, so the Strava wasn't working. Anyways, what did I say it was? 4:18? 4:20 right now, 4:20. I'm in Elmont, Queens. And this is segment I. Segment I. I took this thing on my last ride. If I upload these videos in order, my last ride, I took this block. Haven't taken it in a long time. And I've definitely got spoiled by the bike lanes. Because I was on this joint like, daggone. Thing is super sketchy. Mad sketchy. And I'm glad that it's not sketchy right now. Nobody on the road. Should be cool, should be smooth sailing. Whew. Oh man. Woo. Man, if the wind wasn't blowing against me, this would be a nice ride. And this wind is blowing against me. Steady wind too. Now here's the worst part. They paved this road here, but they made it worse. It's super bumpy. They did a serious rush job on that. Terrible job on this road. And it goes for a while too. So I gotta take the sidewalk. Sidewalk action. Whew. Yeah, I wanted to clock how many hours it took, the time that it took me. And also, look at me, I'm bopping all over the place. I wanted to know what time it took me. And I wanted to know, jeez, it's crazy. I wanted to know the time it took me and the distance. But, not today. Actually, no. Well, I can get an idea how long it took, but I did have the battery die shaved off a minute or two. But when I go in the video and put it all together, get an idea how long it took. Ooh. Oh, still with the badly paved road here. All right, I'm gonna let you hear. You hear me? That sound crazy. It sound real crazy. Cause all this thing doing is bumping. Yeah, we're going on a sidewalk. That is not fun. Definitely some full suspension action would be all right there. Oh, wait a minute. They got the sprinklers on. Don't want none of that either. Whew. All right, there's a car coming on the sidewalk. Oh. Man, the badly paved road is still going. Still going. Whew. 4:30 on a Saturday morning. It's gonna be nice. I already know people are probably just getting up, getting themselves ready to get busy, hit the trails, ride their bikes and stuff. They're about to do their thing this morning. I'm just finishing up. Just finishing up. Whew. Early morning ride. Oh yeah. Okay, so now we're in Franklin Square. This is Franklin Square. This is I'm getting closer mark. I'm really getting closer now. That's what part of the trip this is. Even though I have a little ways to go, this is definitely getting closer to home turf. Know what I mean? Absolutely no space between you and the cars on this road, in this section. Definitely want to be on the sidewalk during the daytime when you're riding this section. You will most definitely get sideswiped. People will be flying down this block. Got to get your sidewalk hustle on over here. And then it opens back up right here, but then you have cars parked right there. And you gotta weave your way either through traffic or jump on the sidewalk. One or the other. Either way is sketchy. But going in the street is the sketchiest. Whew. Well, I'm still hanging in there. Who's still with me? I didn't really, well, I have to make it this far, but wasn't really feeling too confident on how I would be feeling at this point. Like I was saying earlier, I was having a hard time walking. But once the blood gets moving and the adrenaline starts flowing, definitely wake you up a little bit. Surprisingly enough, I made it this far. But again, I had no choice. I have to make it. No turning back. But happy my legs didn't cramp up. They're tight, but they're not cramping. I'm still able to stand up without any cramping happening. So that's a good look. But sometimes when I'm not, I guess, conditioned good enough, I sit down for most of the trip, then I stand up, and the cramps start happening. But I've been riding a relatively easy gear for most of the part. The hard gears I was doing going downhill, and I wasn't even pushing hard. So, pretty much been preserving my legs the whole time. So I got a hill here, and I can go to a harder gear, but I can relax my leg a little bit while also moving. And I don't have to worry about spinning. Like the quick spin like I do on my single speeds BMX bike. Ooh. Definitely taking advantage of the gears. Okay, there's the other tropical smoothie. That's where the other one is. I couldn't remember where the other tropical smoothie cafe was. Now I know. So I'm hoping, well, I have to work on Monday, so I probably won't even be able to get my car back on Monday. Tuesday I have to work. Probably won't be able to get my car back on Tuesday either. And I hope that it's not a lot more than what they originally said it was going to be. But I think I'm about to get bamboozled with that too. Man. With that being said, I usually don't even say this anymore, but please like and subscribe. Spread the video around. Click on the ads. I would say give me a super thanks, but the problem with super thanks is, let's say you give me $2.99. Guess how much of that I'm gonna get? 87 cents. I only get 87 cents when you donate $2.99 through super thanks. So if you'd like to donate, show some love that way, I have a link to my Give Butter donation in the description below, which is really funny because now I'm remembering, I think I mentioned that in another video, but I didn't put the link down, so I gotta get my data game popping, my description game popping, and add that to my description so you guys can go there and support if you like. You can donate anything you want, low or as high as you want, but the actual funds go to me and not to YouTube, because YouTube takes a big chunk. I mean, if they took half, that's cool, I get it. But daggone, 87 cents? That's crazy. Another way you could support is check out the shop on sugarcayne.com. I got a bunch of t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs. I even have some BMX frames on there as well. I have my 26-inch frames. I have a couple more of those bad boys left. But not really available yet because I'm getting some painted right now. And then once I get that done, I think what I'm gonna do before I put them on the site is I think I'm gonna try and do a pop-up shop, a little sugarcane pop-up shop for the BMX bikes. I think I might do that. Be a pretty cool idea. So I'll put them on display there. I might even build a couple of them up and do it like that. So just stay tuned. Try and be creative. Do some different things, you know what I mean? Some different See, look, there's some road bike guys ahead of me right now. I think they're roadies. Getting their morning ride in. I think, nah. They don't look like roadies. They might be on e-bikes. Okay. Okay. And I think the sidewalk is probably the best option on this block here. Don't want nobody to run you over. That wouldn't be fun. Alright. I'm catching up to these guys, huh? They was way ahead of me. Early morning ride. Let's be out. Morning, bro. Morning, man. All right. All right. So, I'd say this is still part, whatever that letter was I was on. I, was it? Yeah, I think it's I. I'll say this is still part of that. Right? Because G was 99th Ave. Oh, H. So when I got up at Hems Turnpike and I got on this road, let's say this is I. This is I. This block is segment I. Front Street. Woo! 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 People are getting ready to go to work now at this point. It's that time of morning. All right, what we got? He's turning. Oh boy. Oh. All right. Now we're heading. Well, we're in Hempstead. Forgot to tell you that. We are in Hempstead. Now we're going to segment I. Right? No, I'm sorry. J. I'm sorry, people. I can't keep up with what I'm talking about. This is J. Over here, it's called Greenwich. Back there, it's called Main Street. When you get into Roosevelt, it's called Nassau Road. 3 names for the same strip. Same strip, 3 names. Oh boy. Oh boy. I made it. Okay. Alright. The wind is now like, B. I know it's your last leg, and I won't really make it your last leg. By the time you get home, you're gonna have 1 leg left. After I get done with you, I'm gonna blow all kind of wind at you, boy. And you're gonna have to suffer through it there now. How you like that? A little gust come get you. Ooh. I think this sidewalk is working with the wind right now. Trying to give me all kind of obstacles. Wind blowing at me. The bumps is getting me. Whew. I know you're tired. We're gonna make you even more tired. I'm gonna give you a nice little gust. And then my friend down there, sidewalk, he gonna give you the bumps. And you just gonna have to work it out, boy. Alright. Woo. Whew. I am surprised that I don't feel super tired right now. My eyes don't feel heavy. They don't feel like they want to close. My legs are still hanging in there. Yep. Not cramping up. They definitely feel battered and bruised, though. They definitely feel battered and bruised. But they're not cramping up, which is it's a beautiful thing. I can even sprint a little bit. Oh man. Whew. Oh. I can't see the bumps. I don't have a It'd be nice to have a headlight. Alright. Oh, I think my flashing light is... Oh, my flashing light's still on. My flasher is still on. Alright, see, now I shouldn't have a headlight on. I'm sure that guy don't see me. Oh, he saw me now. Definitely do not recommend riding opposite of traffic at night without a headlight. But you could probably see the lights flashing behind me though. Okay. This is all part of segment J. I'm just gonna put it all together because we're gonna run out of alphabet. I keep playing around. We're gonna run right out of alphabet. Woo. Oh man. Getting real close now. I actually think this was like a needed ride for me to do. Take my mind off of things a little bit. It's like therapy. I always say that, but yeah, these rides are like therapy, man. It's like a little bit of a vacation. Little tiny bit of a vacation. Get to see these neighborhoods in a whole different way. Get to smell them and touch them and feel the essence, as opposed to being in a car and stuff. And walking, you are not making this many moves by walking, so walking's cool and all, but exploring by bike, that's where it's at, in my opinion. Definitely the way. Did I mention I'm riding the Ozark G.1 Explorer? I think I mentioned that, right? You guys can tell anyway. Definitely well over 100 miles in on this bike. This was probably the best purchase I've made this year, besides the Insta360 X5. Those are both really solid purchases. I got the X5 because I'm able to shoot at night and make it look good. I've been dying to do that for a long time, and finally saved up a little bit of money and made it happen. So I'm really happy about getting this camera. I wouldn't be able to film this ride if I didn't have it. I'm curious to see how it looks. There's a lot of lighting changes going on, so I'm curious to see how it's all gonna look. I know how it looks when I'm in the city, but in the suburbs and stuff like that, curious. So the sun's gonna be coming up soon, a little bit. Well, if we were like in the middle of the summer, definitely the sky would be turning a little bit of colors. But now, days are getting shorter, so, but I don't know. It's looking like it's doing something up there. Hold on a second, let me see what time it is. It's gotta be getting close to 5 now. 4:48. 4:48. I would just be hopping on the train at Penn Station if I hung out there. I would have spent, what was it, 10 something dollars? A little bit over $10. It's a Friday night, so I'd be on the train with a bunch of drunk people, loud people. When you're coming from work, you don't want to get on the LIRR and sit behind or in front of people that's just yelling and talking loud and drunk and throwing up. You don't want none of that. Not nobody's 5 o'clock in the morning after you done spent 2 hours waiting for a train. Not cool. That train won't be hitting Long Island until close to 6 o'clock. So this was the better option, most definitely. Most definitely. Now, if I would have caught the 2:48, I would have been back about an hour ago. So like 3:40 something. If I would have caught the 2:48 train that I was trying to catch. But this definitely was the better option. I would have been just getting on the train. Just pulling off, I think, right now. Whew. Let's see. Let's see what the train situation is. Well, I went 11 miles since I got the Strava working again. 12.6 miles right now, saying. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the my speed. 7.6 miles. I did way more miles than that. Anyways, let me stop that. I hate that you have to save it on Strava first before you can delete it. Doesn't make any sense. But that's what you gotta do. So what is this person doing? Why is this going off? Alright, let's see what time train I want to see what time my train is. The 4 something or other. What train is that? Fine schedule. The 4:33, and that'll get me here 5:17. I think that's what that is, a 4:33, not 4:58. Yeah, 4:33, which gets me here at 5:17. Either way, I beat the train. Didn't have to stand around wait. That's a miserable wait. Because it was 3 o'clock. It was an hour and 33 minutes I had to wait for that train. I actually got myself a nice little ride in, nice little exercise. And I got home before the train. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, y'all, well, this concludes another ride, another journey. Some midnight marauding from Manhattan to Long Island. Let me know what you think about this episode. All that good stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the trip. And I'm out of here, y'all. Back to you, Billy.